Welcome back. In this teaching video, I'll be going through 1.2 Conservation of Momentum. 1.2 represents Chapter 1, Section 2 of the Further Mechanics 1 textbook. Let's have a look at the key notes of this section. You can solve problems involving collisions using the principle of conservation of momentum. By Newton's third law, which states that for every action there's an equal but opposite reaction, when two bodies collide, each one exerts an equal and opposite force on the other. The bodies are in contact for the same time, so they exert an impulse on the other of equal magnitude but in opposite directions, again using Newton's third law. Now I am going to formalize this paragraph. Consider the following diagram. I've got two bodies that collide. Body 1 has mass m1, initial velocity u1, final velocity v1. Body 2 has a mass m2, initial velocity u2, final velocity v2. Body 1 has an impulse of I1 and body 2 has an impulse of I2. Take right to be the positive direction. So using this paragraph and Newton's third law, I can conclude that I2 is equal to minus I1. So I2, the impulse of body 2, is given by change in momentum, m2v2 minus m2u2. Take away I1, which is the impulse of body 1. It is given by change in momentum, m1v1 minus m1u1. Now I can expand this bracket. I get minus m1v1 plus m1u1. I can rearrange and I get m1v1 plus m2v2 is equal to m1u1 plus m2u2. That there is basically total momentum after impact, and this one over here is basically total momentum before impact. So the total momentum after impact has to equal the total momentum before impact. This is essentially called conservation of momentum. This is the key fact of 1.2 conservation of momentum. I'll be implementing this key fact within exam style questions. Here is the first exam style question. Two particles A and B of mass 2 kg and 5 kg respectively are moving towards each other along the same straight line on a smooth horizontal surface. The particles collide. Before the collision, the speeds of A and B are 6 meters per second and 4 meters per second respectively. After the collision, the direction of motion of A is reversed and its speed is 1.5 meters per second. Find, part A, the speed and direction of B after the collision. Let's have a look at the solution to part A. I'll begin by drawing a diagram. So I've got two particles, A and B, moving towards each other. The mass of A is 2 kg and the mass of B is 5 kg. Before the collision, the speeds of A and B are 6 meters per second and 4 meters per second respectively. So I've got 6 here and I've got 4 here. Okay, after the collision, the direction of motion of A is reversed. So the final velocity for A will act in the opposite direction compared to the initial velocity, and that speed will be 1.5 meters per second. So I can put down 1.5. I want to find the speed and direction of B after the collision. So assume that after the collision, the direction of B is reversed as well. I'll tell you what will happen shortly, and let's call this speed V. Now from that paragraph, the bodies are in contact for the same time during the collision, so they exert an impulse on the other of equal magnitude but in opposite directions. So the impulse exerted on B will act towards the right, I can call it I, and the impulse exerted on A will act towards the left, I can call it I as well, using that paragraph. Now to work out V, I need to use conservation of momentum. I am going to take right to be the positive direction, so I've got m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So let's begin with m1 v1. I've got 2 multiplied by, because I'm taking right to be the positive direction, this 1.5 is acting to the left, so 2 multiplied by minus 1.5 plus m2, which is 5, multiplied by, you see that V is acting towards the right and I've taken right to be the positive direction, so it's 5 multiplied by V, equal m1 u1, so 2 multiplied by 6, again that 6 is acting towards the right direction and right is the positive direction, so 2 multiplied by 6 plus 5 multiplied by, over here it will be negative 4 because that 4 is acting to the left and I've taken right to be the positive direction. So now I need to solve for v. This one here becomes minus 3 plus 5v equal, that becomes 12 minus 20. So I've got minus 3 plus 5v is equal to minus 8. Therefore 5v is equal to minus 5, and so v is equal to minus 1. I've taken right to be the positive direction. That negative value means that the final velocity for b should indeed be acting towards the left. Okay, so now I can write down the speed of b after the collision is 1 meters per second. And what about the direction? The direction is unchanged because the initial velocity was towards A and the final velocity is also towards A. The direction of B after the collision is the same as the direction before the collision. And that there completes part A. Moving on to part B. Find the magnitude of the impulse given by A to B in the collision. So now I'm looking at B. Here is my B, 5 kg. Here's the impulse. Here's the initial velocity. Here is the final velocity. So I'm going to take right to be the positive direction. Impulse is given by change in momentum. Final momentum, take away initial momentum. So the final momentum will be 5 multiplied by minus 1. That 1 is acting to the left and I've taken right to be the positive direction. Take away the initial momentum. So 5 multiplied by negative 4. Again, the 4 is acting to the left and I've taken right to be the positive direction. So I've got I is equal to minus 5 plus 20. Okay, therefore I is equal to 15 Newton seconds. So now I can conclude that the magnitude of the impulse given by A to B in the collision is 15 Newton seconds. This completes the first exam style question. Here is the second exam style question. Two particles P and Q of masses 3 kg and 2 kg respectively are moving along the same straight line on a smooth horizontal surface. The particles collide. After the collision, both of the particles are moving in the same direction. The speed of P is 1 meters per second and the speed of Q is 1.5 meters per second. The magnitude of the impulse of P on Q is 9 Newton seconds. Find part A, the speed and direction of P before the collision. Let's have a look at the solution. I'll begin with part A. Okay, so I'll start off by drawing a diagram. So I've got two particles, P and Q. The mass of particle P is 3 kg and the mass of particle Q is 2 kg. No problem. The two particles are moving along the same straight line. So we have an initial velocity here and initial velocity here for particle P and Q respectively. The particles collide. After the collision, both of the particles are moving in the same direction. So after the collision, both particles are moving in the same direction. We can assume that they're both moving to the right. Our calculation will give us the right answer. The speed of P is 1 meters per second after the collision. So I can put a 1 here. And the speed of Q is 1.5 meters per second after the collision. I can put 1.5 here. The magnitude of the impulse of P on Q is 9 Newton seconds. P on Q. So over here we have an impulse of 9 Newton seconds acting to the right. We know that the bodies are in contact for the same time during the collision, so they exert an impulse on the other of equal magnitude but in opposite directions. So the impulse exerted by Q on P will be in the opposite direction towards the left, 9 Newton seconds as well. So we want to find the speed and direction of P before the collision. So let's call that speed U1. I need to work out U1, okay? So how do I do this? I am going to take right to be the positive direction, and I am going to look at particle P. Okay, so impulse is given by final momentum, so it will be 3 multiplied by 1. Take away initial momentum, 3 multiplied by U1. But we have an impulse of 9 on particle P acting towards the left. I've taken right to be the positive direction. So over here I can put down minus 9 is equal 3 minus 3 U1. So I want to work out U1. Okay, no problem. So I've got minus 9 minus 3, which is minus 12, is equal minus 3 U1. So U1 is equal to 4 meters per second. So the speed of P before the collision is 4 meters per second. And what about the direction of P before the collision? The direction of P before the collision is indeed towards the right, because I've got positive value here. So the direction of P before the collision is the same as the direction of P after the collision. The direction of P before the collision is the same as the direction of P after the collision. Okay, this completes part A. Now I'm going to move on to part B. The speed and direction of Q before the collision. So the speed of Q before the collision, I can call it U2. I need to work out U2. So I am going to take right to be the positive direction. Now I am going to look at particle Q. I want to work out the impulse, which is the change in momentum. Final momentum given by 2 multiplied by 1.5. You see that 1.5 is acting to the right. I've taken right to be the positive direction, so positive 1.5. Take away initial momentum. That will be 2 multiplied by U2. Again, that U2 is acting towards the right. I've taken right to be the positive direction. This impulse here is acting towards the right, so I can put down 9. We have a positive 9. 2 multiplied by 1.5, that will be 3 minus 2 U2. 9 take away 3 is 6. And so U2 is equal to 6 divided by negative 2, negative 3 meters per second. I have a negative value, which means that my initial speed is not acting towards the right, it has to act towards the left. So I'm going to first write down the speed of Q before the collision. Remember, speed is the magnitude of the velocity, so we have to take the positive value, is 3 meters per second. The direction of Q before the collision is in the opposite direction after the collision. Okay, so over here we have the velocity, or you could say speed, acting towards the left. This completes the second exam style question and this teaching video 1.2, conservation of momentum. If you found this teaching video useful, please do not forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, turn on your notification bell so that you receive notifications every time I post a new teaching video.